Hey guys, what's up? How's it going? Robin here. In today's video, I'm going to be showing you guys how I made over $15,000 in my Tfsa on Wealthsimple trade. And this video, just like all the videos I do on my channel, are 100% legit. I don't really mess around with this kind of stuff. I like to show you guys 100% all my portfolio holdings and everything that I'm doing here on Wealthsimple trade. So I'll be diving inside my portfolio today. I'll show you guys all my different stocks, and I'll show you guys how I've been able to grow my portfolio since we first started investing way back in the beginning of 2019. But before we get going any further, guys, I'm going to give you guys a quick little update on our two main portfolios that we currently have on Wealthsimple Trade. That's our Tfsa and our personal account. I'll give you guys a quick little update, and I'll show you guys how we've been able to grow these portfolios over the past 2 years. Alright guys, before we go any further in the video, I'll give you guys a quick little portfolio update of everything that I have here on Wealthsimple Trade. So as I mentioned earlier, we currently have 3 active portfolios inside of a Wealthsimple Trade account, and they all equal together $108,000, $646 Canadian, as you guys can see here on the left side. And the two main accounts that we have are the personal account, which is $17,000. The personal account is mostly our Canadian-based portfolio with a little bit of US stocks, but it's mostly Canadian-based. And then we have the Tfsa, which is a mixture of US stocks, growth stocks, and Canadian stocks. It's pretty much our main portfolio here. So I'll do a quick little update on the Tfsa since it's the biggest one we have. And it's been doing some interesting things over the past week or so. Over the past day, at the time of doing this video, it is May 28th, so it is the weekend, and things obviously change on a regular basis. So you guys will probably see this video sometime during the middle of next week. So things obviously might change, but here's what the stats are at the time of doing this video. So when the market closed on last Friday, we're currently up 1% inside the portfolio, which is $1,300. It's a bit of a rebound over the past week. The portfolio is up 4%. So we've seen a bit of an increase over the past little while. The past month, the portfolio is more or less sitting at 0 or 1% or so. The past 3 months, we're still down from the big dip. And our 1 year return is 6%, and our all-time return inside the Tfsa is 11%. And we've seen a bit of a dip here towards the end of April, but we are seeing a bit of a recovery happening inside the Tfsa since then. And if I pull up the mobile app, we can see here that our all-time return on our account across all of our Wealthsimple accounts since we first started investing is $21,000, almost to $22,000 at the time of recording this video. And at this point in time, if you guys are enjoying the video, please do me a big favor, give it a big thumbs up, smash the like button, and subscribe to the channel if you guys want to see more of my Canadian-based investing content. So before we go really deep inside the portfolio and I give you guys a big thorough update of all my stocks and everything, I want to just cover a few basic details here just so we can kind of get some things out of the way before we go any further. So if you guys don't already know, as I mentioned a couple times, I've been investing with Wealthsimple since the beginning of 2019. In 2019, I got started with Wealthsimple Invest, which was a robo-advisor. I used a robo-advisor to build a portfolio basically for 1 year from 2019 to the end of 2019. At the start of 2020, I started my own Wealthsimple Trade portfolio. This is when I really started buying my own stocks, and we grew that Wealthsimple Trade portfolio to what it is today over the past 2.5 years or so. And as most of you guys know from watching this channel, my strategy is pretty simple and it's pretty straightforward and it's pretty basic, but this is the type of investing that I like to show to people because I think it's very good, and it's the type of investing that you don't see a lot on YouTube and in the news and whatnot, and that is buying consistent good funds, ETFs, stocks, and just worrying about good quality investments. And the cool thing about this is if you guys buy good quality stocks and good quality investments, you don't have to worry about things that are going on in the market because you can just keep buying these stocks because we know they're good quality companies and they're going to grow your income over time. And that means no penny stocks, no day trading, no, meme stocks, no small cap stocks, mostly just good quality stocks. Stocks that have a proven history, as well as buying ETFs, like a lot of the common ones that everybody knows, like the S&P 500. We hold those inside of our portfolios because I think those are some of the best ETFs, and we've seen over time that they've just performed well. So why change things when they're working so well in the past? And the first step to making any kind of money in the stock market is all about consistency. Consistency is probably the most important thing, and it's probably the best thing I've done, and the greatest tool, the greatest kind of trick I've learned as an investor. If you really want to make money, you have to be consistent. So before we go any further in today's video, I want to take a quick second to give a big shout out and a thank you to today's sponsor for sponsoring today's video, which is Neo Financial. So if you guys already watched my channel, you probably already know that a little while ago I signed up for the Neo MasterCard here. Here's a picture of it here. And I basically signed up for the MasterCard so I could help build my credit as well as get some cash back on some purchases that I wasn't taking advantage of prior. Before I would go to the store, I'd use a debit card, but since I got a credit card, I'm actually getting some nice cash back and rewards while using the Neo MasterCard. And just in case if you guys don't already know, Neo Financial is a great alternative to the standard big banks in Canada. They offer all kinds of cool financial services on their website that you guys can check out. So one of the big things I love about the Neo MasterCard is the fact that it's no annual or monthly fees, which is super cool. It means you basically don't have to pay anything to own the card. It's always a good thing. And the fact that you can own different points and different cashback rewards from all types of different programs. And we'll talk about that in just a second. And one of the biggest benefits I'm getting out of using the Neo MasterCard is basically just my everyday purchases. Doing things like doing our big grocery trip where we go to the store and I use my Neo card to pay for our bill. I actually get some cash back on that. So just doing my regular everyday purchases, it's not a lot, but you know what? With the prices of inflation and everything kind of going up in cost, any little bit does make a big difference at the end of the day. So you might as well take advantage of it if you guys can. Neo Financial has over 7,000 different partners that you can take advantage of cashback when you shop at their locations. If you guys want to see a big list, be sure to check out the website, and the average cashback that you do get from these partners is around 5%. If you guys are interested in signing up for the Neo MasterCard, be sure to check out the link in the description of this video. All members who use my link will be able to get $50 when you apply for the Neo card, and you can start getting your average of 5% cash back on all your purchases. The online app and dashboard that you use for the Neo MasterCard is super cool. It's super easy to sign up, and I highly recommend it if you guys are looking for a great MasterCard to take advantage of. And consistency really has been the secret sauce to my success, and the reason why all my portfolios are kind of sitting up around that $18,000 or $20,000 growth mark. It's really just showing up every single day, putting some money into stocks, and I even have a to-do list where I write down every single things I want to do on a daily basis, and I put invest my free cash. Any free cash I have on a daily to-do list, I go in every single day and I put that money inside my portfolio. Even if it's just a couple bucks, I put it in and I put it towards some stocks. So the biggest tip I can give you guys is to be consistent, whether stocks are up or stocks are down. Just put money into the market on a regular basis, and I guarantee if you're buying good quality stocks, you will do well and you will make money in the stock market. Well, let's jump back and focus a little bit more on the portfolio. So my portfolios basically consist of around 10 stocks inside my Tfsa. This is going to be the main portfolio we're going to talk about today, but I have 10 stocks with some ETFs as well. And when you're first starting out a portfolio, I would recommend either starting out with an ETF or just starting with a couple stocks and working your way up over time. My portfolio started off pretty small. We just had a couple stocks, and when I first did these videos, it was just a video one day a week I was doing, and this is way back in the beginning of 2020. But with the help of everybody who watches my videos, we've been able to grow this portfolio, and I've been able to increase my income and actually make this YouTube channel into something that I can actually almost do on a full-time basis. It's been pretty crazy, it's been pretty cool, and I thank everybody who watches my videos for giving me the opportunity to do that. And my second point I'm going to let you guys know and kind of give you guys a tip, and this is a really important tip as well, is that this kind of stuff just takes time. As you guys can see here, I have a portfolio of $100,000, which is a huge accomplishment for me, and probably is a huge accomplishment, I'd say, for most people. If you manage to hit a portfolio of 6 figures, you're probably doing pretty well, and I congratulate you. Give yourself a pat on the back. But it did take time to get here, and I had to be really patient, and there's a lot of things happen during that time. But like I mentioned earlier, consistency really is the key. If you be consistent, that portfolio will grow, but you need to have patience, you need to stick with it, and you need to wait. It is possible, but it does take some time. It takes hard work, it takes a lot of time, but if you guys be consistent, you can get there. Alright, so let's do a quick little overview of all my 3 portfolios that I hold. These are all in Wealthsimple Trade. Let's kind of dive in, and I'll show you guys my plans, my stocks, and everything that I hold inside my portfolios. So once again, we are going to be doing a summary of our portfolio here. This is on Track Your Dividends. We're basically using tracking software to track all of our stocks together, basically look at them together. And once again, this is our portfolio value. We have a portfolio yield across all of our stocks, about 2.35%, and our annual income is around $2,529 across our entire portfolio. And I'll give you guys a quick little overview of some of the stocks I hold. Once again, this portfolio is a very beginner-friendly based portfolio. These are really beginner-friendly based stocks to good quality companies. This is a great way to earn some income and to get started with dividend investing. So the first ones we have here are Algonquin Pound Utilities. We have stocks like Alimentation Couche-Tard. I guess I should say really quickly that here's the number of shares on the left side. So you can see the shares on the left side. You can also see the dividend yield and some yield on cost and other things like that as well. But going downwards, we have CNQ, Canadian National Resources, Canadian National Railway, Fortis, HYLD, Manulife Financial, Power Corporation of Canada, Severia Corp, TELUS Corporation, TD, and those are individual stocks. And then we have some ETFs here. So once again, not a huge portfolio. We like to keep things simple. We have some little small individual stocks, and then we have some big ETFs that have a broader, give us basically the broader market exposure. And the last thing I'm going to do in terms of the portfolios is I'm going to show you guys the upcoming dividends. This is the cool thing, and this is why I started investing in the first place. I got to be honest with you guys. One of the biggest things that gets me excited about investing is getting dividends. So we can go upcoming dividends. We'll click summary so we can see all of our portfolios added together, because remember, we have 3 different portfolios. So we want to get that income coming in together on a regular basis. And here's the expected dividends. So once again, this isn't 100% accurate because sometimes companies don't report their dividends to near the end, or if there's dividend increases or anything like that. Our portfolio is focused on dividend growth, so we don't really have any stocks that, I don't think we've had a single stock other than way in the past when I was buying, not as consistent stocks that's cut their dividends. So we're focused on good quality stocks that are going to increase their dividends over time. We can see here in May we have a estimated dividends around $132. Once again, this isn't 100% accurate. June we have $300, and you guys can see we're just kind of sitting around that 200 to 300 mark on most months. Our highest is 337 and our lowest is 132. And once again, this is going to vary a little bit depending on how things go. But here's the cool thing, which is the calendar of the dividend payments. So we can see each day, or I shouldn't say each day, but throughout each month, what stocks are going to pay dividends. So we have AQN at the top here. We can see they're going to pay us $20 in July, October, January, and April. We have ATD, which isn't reported in here. It's probably because I have the wrong stock ticker here. In case you guys don't know, they did kind of take their split stocks and they put them together. So that is one thing I'm going to have to update in the future. So that's why that's not reporting, but there is a dividend from ATD. We have CNQ, we can see the dividends, and we can just see these dividends are going to add up and they grow at the end of the day. And this is how we get that nice monthly yield, $100, $300. It's all these individual stocks adding their dividends up, getting these little paychecks that just keep coming into our account. Feels really good. But we can see here the two big ETFs at the bottom. VDY, which is our Vanguard Canadian-based monthly dividend fund, gives us $100, and VFV also gives us a pretty good dividend every single quarter. So those are the big ones. That's where most of our money is invested, and that's why they're giving us the biggest dividend payments. So at this point in time, I now basically make a couple $100 every single month inside my portfolio. But keep in mind, when I first started, I only made a couple cents. It was a couple bucks per month, but then slowly over time, that money grew. And my portfolio and basically my journey here is basically a really good example of what hard work, faith in the market, and consistently will do for you. It wasn't that much money in the beginning. I slowly kept at it, but over time you guys can see how the portfolio has grown and how our dividends have basically been growing on a monthly basis. It's been slow, but it's been steady. And if you guys are brand new and you're just getting started, I just want to inspire you guys really quickly here. Here is my very first dividend payment I ever received on my portfolio, and here is my most recent dividend payment, so you guys can compare the two, and hopefully that'll inspire you guys to keep pushing. And as your portfolio grows, and this is something I've learned and I've seen as well, and it kind of gets a little bit tricky, but one of the big things that's going to happen is that your portfolio is going to go up and down. It's going to fluctuate a lot, and one day you might be up a couple $1,000s, and one day you might be down, and as your portfolio grows, the numbers are going to increase. So it is something you just have to get used to, but it's something to be aware of. When the market dips, your portfolio is going to dip with it, and when the market jumps up, your portfolio is going to jump up a lot. So when things dip, like we're kind of seeing now, if you can put some money in and keep that money compounding and growing, you're really going to benefit when things go back up to a pretty good degree. And one of the challenging aspects as an investor, especially if you're young and as you get older and as you kind of get used to investing, is your basically strategy and what you want to do with your portfolio is going to change over time. And this can be tricky. The big question of, should you invest in growth stocks? Should you invest in dividend stocks? Should you invest in high yield stocks? Well, basically your approach is going to change over time. And this is one of the things I've kind of learned is that, your approach is going to change, and that's perfectly okay. But one of the big reasons why I'm a big fan of dividend stocks is even during market dips, even during times where stocks are going down, or even during like recessions or times where the economy is struggling, you're still getting those dividend payments. And that's one of the big reasons why I like dividend investing. As long as you invest in good quality companies, you're always going to get those payments and get that income coming in on a regular monthly basis. And just to show you guys, even during the 2020 crash, during the pandemic, when we had that big dip, that's when I first started investing. I first started investing with my Wealthsimple trade portfolio at the beginning of 2020. That's when I started buying my own dividend stocks. That's when I first started my dividend portfolio. Throughout that entire year, even though my stocks went down a lot, we kept getting our dividend payments on a regular basis. I didn't even have to worry about it. So when the stocks dipped, when everything was crashing, everybody was freaking out, I was just focusing on growing those dividends. It kept me going, and I didn't have to worry about all that stress and anxiety that everybody else had. And as we close out this video, when we get to the end, I just want to say something really quickly. I'm just an average guy. I'm by no means an expert or a big stock picker. I like to pick individual companies to have some fun with them, but I mostly invest in the broader market ETFs or funds because I think this is the best way to approach investing. So I like to be, consistent. I like to pick the funds as my base in my portfolio, but then I like to fool around with some stocks as well. But keep in mind, guys, my strategy is very conservative because I want to earn income and I want to grow my portfolio. I'm by no means an expert, but you don't need to be an expert in order to get started. It's really simple as long as you focus on the fundamentals. So that's it for today's video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section. If you guys did like the video, please do me a big favor, give it a big thumbs up, and I'll appreciate it very much. If you guys have any questions, leave a comment and I'll try to get back to you guys as quickly as possible. Take care. Hope you guys enjoyed the video, and I'll see you guys later.